Yo, Travis here with Energy Efficient Basketball. Apologize for being so late to have our first solely defensive video where we analyze defending the triple threat on kind of the conventional stance, its problems, and alternative stances. First note, you're going to see what's considered a first step travel in certain circles. In America, that's generally considered a hidden first step, so if you had a comment on that, I'm just going to answer that. But basically what we noticed playing one-on-one is anytime the defender, you can see me, reaches across with that left hand, it's not only allows a right-handed drive, but a right-handed drive with no chance of recovery. This is a conventional defensive stance. Well, I mean, some coaches will have you angle the guy away from the paint. That's called no middle. But, I mean, generally you want to force a righty to their left is the convention. And what that means is you angle them to the left, and then you trace the ball with your high hand because the high hand is closest to the defender, so you don't need to reach as far. But, as I said, we found that the issue with that is any time that you try to trace the ball to the other side of their body, it just bam is a layup. So, and it makes sense why, because you're turned and you're just allowing, by the time you can turn and recover, it's just too late because you're angled the opposite direction. You might as well even turn around and go the other way. Either way, you're just giving up, you're allowing the defender to go to their strong hand. So, again, yeah, I mean, every single time we went through these one videos that we had a blow by to the right, it was entirely because of that reach. And this is somewhat conventional. So we're trying out two alternatives here, which I'm going to get into in a minute. But just to cement this, we're angling the defender to their left, which is to their weaker hand. We're tracing the ball with the left hand. It's kind of sitting up my side. Trying to kind of defend with the left hand. We found that maybe you can trace the ball with your left, but anytime you reach across like that, you're just dead in the water. So there's two alternatives. I have my own and Chandler has his. So I'll show you both of them. I'm checking the footwork by Chandler. It looks legit, not a travel. So my alternative here is trace with my right hand, which you're going to see, and how effective that is. Here I'm tracing with my right hand. I'm still angling him to his left, but I'm tracing with the right hand. This way, the left hand never crosses his body, and it never allows him a right hand blow by. It forces him to the left, but since I'm angled to the left, I can recover. So I found this to be hugely beneficial. The disadvantage is that the low hand and the right hand is farther away from the defender. So you need to be closer to the defender because you need to be just close enough that your trace hand can interfere with their shot if they decide to go for a shot. So this forces you to defend them a little bit closer, which I think is fine. But, I mean, as you can see, angled slightly to the left, tracing with the right hand, it just doesn't really allow that same easy blow-by to the right. And in this one-on-one game, we found that there was much fewer of them. So, presenting with two alternatives here. You can either, because we don't think the conventional angle them to their weak hand and defend with the high hand, or trace with the high hand is very effective, because it not only allows them to go to their strong hand, but it's a strong hand with no chance of recovery. So the first is what I did just there, which is angling with the high hand. But what Chandler does is angles towards the strong hand while tracing with the high hand. And this works nicely because it allows a blow-by to the left, but since I'm already in a lefty pivot foot, it's going to be pretty hard for me to get a blow-by to the left. So he's angling me to the right, which I want to go towards anyways. But since he's angled that way, it gives him a great chance to recover. See, I'm going right, but he's already there. So I think that a couple alternatives to tracing with the high hand and angling them to their offhand. Just angle them to their strong hand, so that gives you at least a chance of recovery. Or trace with the low hand, and that excuse me, makes it much harder for them to go to their strong hand. So that's what we found, and that's something we've been employing to a lot of success. So that's, I mean, something that you can really use to improve your game guarding man to man. Excuse my nose, I'm really stuffed. I got some flu-like symptoms. Yeah, but you can see here just angling him to the left and tracing with the right hand. It's just very hard. You can imagine being Chandler with the ball here in a lefty pivot foot. You can imagine it's very hard to get to the right here because of the way that I'm angled, because that right foot needs to get all the way around. But at the same time, I'm tracing with that right hand, so it's hard to get up a shot. And that left hand is back there ready to defend a ready dribble. So it really provides no other options than going towards the left with a chance of recovery, unless the defensive player really blows it. So I think this is vastly superior to excuse me, I'm still in my grind even though I'm sick. I think this is vastly superior to the alternative. I like Chandler's innovation as well. Just force me to the right but angled so that he can recover, because I'm not so deadly going to the right if you can, the defender or the offensive player is not so deadly going to their strong hand if you can at least pick them up. The last thing you ever want is just a strict blow-by to their strong hand, and conventional defense gives that up. So that's basically what we found. This is going to be the first video in our series on this. I'm trying to look at defending the dribble and transition. As for team basketball defense, that's not really what this channel is about. You should check out B-Ball Breakdown for that. Really, really good channel on 5-on-5 game strategy. It's on my channel on the right side and like other resources, so you should check that out. But thumbs up, like this if you think this is going to help your defense. Leave me a comment if you have any questions. Pretty quiet over here, obviously, so I can get back to most questions, but this is definitely some stuff that'll get your game to the next level. Not just scoring, but locking down that man, just giving him no way to go. And I promise you this will make a big difference. So that's energy efficient basketball. Same energy.